Hi there, my name is Andrew Dyson from Sakana Studios. In this video I'd like to update everyone as to what's been happening with MyKoi over the last couple of months. This is also a good opportunity for me to demonstrate what MyKoi is all about to anyone unfamiliar with it. I'll start briefly by explaining a little bit about Sakana Studios. Currently our team consists of me and my wife Jane. I deal with all the development tasks and Jane deals with the marketing and business side. It's worth noting that MyKoi is probably best described as a hobby project. That means we work on it after we've finished our real jobs and the kids are in bed and the house is tidy. So hopefully you can appreciate this can make progress a little slow at times. Okay, so this is the latest version of MyKoi, version 1.2, which has just been released. I'm currently streaming this from my iPhone 6 via AirPlay onto Apple TV. It's worth noting that at this time, MyKoi is only available on iOS. I'd love to bring it to other platforms if time permits, but it's going to have to wait a while longer while I focus on improving this version. Okay, so here's the phone, so you can see I'm interacting with it live. You can pinch zoom in and out, single touch to pan, and 2-finger drag to rotate. If you double tap anywhere above the surface, you'll drop a single piece of food. Press here and the camera plunges underwater so you can see your fish up close and personal. Again, the controls are the same underwater. Single finger pan, pinch zoom in and out, and 2-finger rotate. For those that have never seen it before, MyKoi is a very simple virtual pet app. Over time you gradually collect, feed and grow your very own unique selection of procedurally generated fish. It's not really a game, rather more of an ambient escapism app. Something you interact with during downtime when you want a bit of a break from your busy day and you just want to relax. It makes very little demands of you and there are currently no adverts or in-app purchases. Fish will never die, although if you forget to feed them for a number of days, then their happiness will gradually deteriorate. Sad fish become skinny and droopy and the pond can also become murky. Feeding your fish to full happiness quickly restores everything to normal. It's also worth noting that if you forget to feed them for more than a week on multiple occasions, then fish can technically become stunted and stop growing. This is important if you'd like to grow some really big fish over a longer period. I'll switch now to a direct stream so you can see the app in better detail. Some of the new features in the latest version are as follows. Each time you return to the pond, the lilies will now be randomly positioned and flower colours will also change between sessions. So the pond is always a little different each time you return. There is now a pond select menu where you can choose between the current natural setting or some more show orientated backdrops that allow you to focus on just the fish. Currently either blue or black at this stage. It's also worth noting these modes are great for lower end devices or for situations where you are concerned about battery, as the device has a little less work to do without the plants. Another nice new feature in version 1.2 is that the UI now disappears after 7 seconds without input. You'll also notice if you look carefully that the camera gently rotates to make the app much better to just sit back and watch. Any input immediately restores the UI. Another new feature is in the fish creation menu. You can now tweak the fish colours so you have an extra level of customization. As you can see with this fish, if I move the slider to the left, it turns reddish, while moving it to the right turns it yellow. Any fish that has some form of colour has this new adjustment available. As before, you can also still fine-tune the fish patterns with these sliders here. Touching the breed icon again gives you a new seed and will create a completely new fish. You can also press these buttons on the left to adjust the scales. Once you've unlocked all the breeds, you should have 22 to choose from, so there is an enormous amount of variety to play with. I'm always interested to see what players can come up with. Another improvement is that if you acquire more than 8 fish in your pond, then a new multi-feed button appears in the bottom right corner. This makes feeding larger groups of fish much easier, particularly for those who are short on time. A single press drops 6 pieces, and once the quota is filled, the button greys out until enough food has been eaten to allow you to drop some more. Now, one of the best features in my opinion is the app's audio. We were very fortunate to have the extremely talented Kapow Audio develop the sound. It really adds an extra level of immersion and makes it well worth sticking a high quality set of headphones on to really enhance the experience. You'll also notice that the time of day gradually changes while you play, and the ambience and mood of the pond transitions between 4 distinct stages of morning, midday, dusk and then night. Using this dial in the options, you can immediately override the time of day at any time you like. Okay, I think that covers most of the new features. I'm very much looking forward to continuing to improve my koi, and I'd love to hear from users if they have any suggestions. Some of the things we're considering are new weather, such as rain or storms, etc. Ambient wildlife, dragonflies, beetles or frogs or other small wildlife. New breeds of fish, such as goldfish or maybe butterfly koi. Maybe some minnows or even some predatory fish to spice things up, just as long as they don't eat your prize koi, of course. Let me know if there are any that you would love to see. I'd also like to add some new environment options and some new ambient sound effects to help change the mood and give the player greater customization of their pond. I'd also like to improve the fish movement and behaviour to make it smoother and more realistic, to add some more obvious shoaling and better navigation towards food, as well as some better collision avoidance. Okay, I think that's it. We hope you enjoy my koi, and thank you very much for watching this video.